So the plan is to swap out this stock knobby that the Patton came with for this really cool, I don't know, I guess you call it a hybrid. I just got this from eWheels. It's the Yon King, Young Xing, Yuanxing, Yonxing. It's a 16 by 3 tire that will fit either the Patton or the Extreme. I didn't know those two wheels used the same size tire. Anyway, I've enjoyed the knobby, but I would like something a little quieter, perhaps. Something that's going to last longer because I think I got like 1,600 miles, something like that. And these knobbies are wore way, way down. So anyway, I bought this tube thinking that it was tubeless because that's what the website said. eWheels, a very lovely website, a pleasure to shop on there, and really good folks over there as well. So what happened is I got all excited about tubeless because they advertised this tire as being tubeless. And I started telling everybody, ha ha, I'm gonna be tubeless, this, that, and the other. And I started buying the necessary stuff because you need the appropriate size drill bit to make the valve stem hole a little larger. And what else did I need? You need some special sealant to go around the bead and inside, tire sealant. And then I got some armadillos coming. I was also going to put that in here. But come to find out, this tire clearly says tubed type. And they even sent a brand new tube with the tire. Well, thanks for that. But I'm like, what the hell? I specifically chose this because it was tubeless. That's what it said on the website. So anyway, I contacted right away yesterday. As soon as I opened the box, saw what the deal was, I contacted somebody at eWheels by email. And within an hour, they were really fast. They responded. And it was a very kind response. I mean, he apologized for the inconvenience. He said that In Motion, the company, In Motion is a supplier for this. And they misrepresented it to eWheels, saying that it was a tubeless tire. So that's what they advertised, tubeless tire. But clearly, it is not a tubeless tire. It says tube type. And eWheels knows what they're selling because they included a brand new inner tube when they sent me this. So very smart of them to do that. But why did the website say tubeless when it's not? So they corrected that after. I don't know if I was the first person to bring this to their attention, but in any case, if you go to the website now, it doesn't say tubeless any longer. So thanks to me or somebody else, hopefully we brought this problem to their attention and alleviated it for anybody in the future. In any case, I'm going to start tearing into this thing, and I will document it some. The important parts I'll definitely show you on video and talk to you about. But what is it? 2 packs, 1 sell. This other channel on YouTube that I highly recommend. A couple of really smart folks, a man and his wife, put together a good video on the Patton, and they show everybody what I'm about to do, and that is they end up, taking off a lot of the necessary parts and the battery pack, and they expose the wheel. They have theirs on the side, so imagine this laying flat. The top battery pack they remove, and by the end of the video, they show the wheel exposed, and you can actually get at it. I didn't see it take it loose from both battery packs. Maybe they didn't have to do that for their example. Perhaps I don't have to do that. I feel like I will, because not only am I, trying to get to this wheel, but I'm also going to remove the tube and tire from the rim. So I feel like, I'm going to have the entire motor loose from both battery packs. We'll find out more about that as we get into it. But in any case, here we go. Power tools sure does make this job a lot easier, but when you're putting them back in, you really have to take care not to strip out a bunch of stuff, because it's really easy to do. If you're not careful. But I have a solution for that I'll share with you later, and that is not preventing the strips, because sometimes you can make every attempt to not strip something and still end up stripping it. And the solution I have is to fix those threads with a interesting product, thread repair product. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm sure you're curious, because I was. Big old fuse. Not much slack in these lines, so I barely have enough movement to disconnect the negative, but the positive is disconnected. No, I got it. There we go. All right. All right, the battery's totally disconnected. Well, this is going to be a good opportunity to clean everything. Don't know how hard it's going to be to take these pedals off. I recently had to make a modification to these e-wheels pedals. The tiny little screw that holds the pin in place fell out. So I used a different type, and it froze up in there and had to be drilled out. So I had to go to a larger size on 3 of them. This one still has the original size, original threads. These have been modified to a larger screw. So they were drilled and rethreaded. So my point is I've got to take the pedals hanger off, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get the proper angle without taking this off. Okay, off with one of the pedal hangers. So this is what I was talking about, these tiny screws or holes that hold the pin, that pin in there. Had trouble with these on the E-Ride pedals. And this is a heavy pedal. Now I know I'm feeling the weight of the hanger too, but overall these pedals are heavy. And these spikes are tremendous. They will cut your leg up. If you come off the pedals and scrape yourself, these will hurt you. And then again, the tiny little screws that hold the pins in place are prone to fall out. And if you Loctite them in there, they're so small that to get them out, you'll end up busting a bunch of Allen wrenches. You'll twist them because it gets so seized up in there, and end up having to drill them out and then rethread and go with the larger set screw. What else? Also, So the pin that goes through here is supposed to have a little flat spot that this thing sits on. And that flat spot was in the wrong place. So on this one, it's not, the other side of this little screw is not sitting on that flat spot holding it in place. It's a rounded spot. So my point is that eWheels sent these pedals out with either the wrong pins, or the pins had been machined wrong, because there's supposed to be a little flat spot. And of course, I tried flipping them around. I tried, is it the wrong, am I using the wrong pin? Are they different? So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pedals, 2 pins per pedal. I tried them all in different positions and flipping them around and every which way. And they're wrong. They sent the wrong pins, or the pins that had been machined incorrectly. So that was a problem that I dealt with these almost $300 pedals. You spend $300 on pedals, they're supposed to be perfect, no problems. So really don't recommend them too much. They look cool and they work, but there's some things that aren't so hot about them. I had Nylonove before that. They're very light and they worked really good, very simple to install, and they hold up, they're strong. They are made of plastic, or they're not going to call it plastic, but it's a type of plastic. But anyway, nothing wrong with that. They do the job, and they're light, and they've got spikes just like this that grip you good. All right, so we proceed on with the dismantling. So my wheel had already been outfitted with the Grizzla battery case protection kit. That's what this is. And then this is the front bumper, all made by Grizzla. They've worked relatively well. They could fit tighter, but in any case, they have protected the wheel. And there's been a lot of rocks caught up in this bottom side battery protection, little tiny rocks, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to think long and hard as to whether or not I want to put it back on. So here we are, well into this job. We have got this thing broken down and Patton parts everywhere. But this is what I've uncovered, is mud just caked up in places that would have never came out on its own. Look at this. So needless to say, I've got some cleaning to do before I start reassembling battery cases. I would have thought the battery packs were more substantial, but they're in there. 4 of them, 2200 watt hours. It ain't no Master Pro. Master Pro's got what, 4800, so more than double the battery that this thing. Of course, it weighs 120 pounds, and this one weighs just under 90. Anyway, I don't want a Master Pro. I want something more than the Patton, but that's yet to be determined. So this is what the whole job is about, getting this tube and tire off the rim. All right, who wants to time it? Ooh, what's that? Nastiness? Slime? Oh, I need a towel. This is gonna get dirty because we've got a leaking tube with 7 ounces of slime in it. So we're gonna get nasty here. You can tell already. Ooh, I think I'm gonna put some gloves on too. Just so happens, because I'm a nurse, that I always have rubber gloves around. And they come in handy times like this when you're about to do something really gross. Look at that. I see nastiness already. Look at there. Wasn't that bad after all. Tire. Can y'all see all the slime? We're gonna inflate this thing and see what the cause of my leakage issue was. We gotta clean everything and we'll start reassemble. So I wrestled with it a little bit, and now I have got everything clean. I have got the tire halfway on the rim, and I've got the tube in place with the valve core sticking out the hole. Hopefully everything in the right direction. I did refer to the internet and look at pictures to try to make that determination, but we're looking good. Now we try to get this on the rest of the way without pinching that tube, because if we pinch the tube, then this has all been for nothing. If you use these tire tools for leverage without regard for that tube, and you pinch that tube, you can put it all back together and it's not going to hold there, and you got to take it all apart again. So this is what I was trying to avoid. So I did it carefully and slowly, and in a way that I didn't pinch the tube, because I don't want to do all this work again. Not so soon, anyway. It is on there. It looks good. It fits. It's holding air. Maximum pressure on this tire is 36 psi, and that's what I set it at. There's this tool that, y'all look. Y'all see my little, what do you call these, pancake compressors? I use this to inflate my wheels here in my garage, but I just got this nifty little, I'm just talking, I already had this, but this little thing here is so cool, because you just clamp on to the valve stem, turn this on and inflate, and you have, when you release this, you have a gauge there, so you know exactly how much air is in there, and you can add a little or remove a little. But I love that thing, and it was only like 20 bucks. So check that out if you haven't set yours up that way. Not that you have to do exactly what I do, because I'm not so damn perfect. Anyway, I like where we're at right now. We're at a good stopping point. So I just wanted to show you that it is on the tube, it is on the rim, the tire, the motor. It's on. It looks good. I like it. So this is not the tubeless tire that they said it was, but it's a good tire, and they probably have about 4 different tires for the Patton on e-wheels, and most of them are about $49. This one was a little bit more. It was $55. Not a big difference, but in my mind, you know, you get what you pay for in this world. And usually, if you spend a little bit more, you get, better quality. So that leads me to believe that this is a better quality tire because they're having to charge more for it. And I believe it. I like it. I don't know how it rides, but it's going to ride like a kind of like a street tire because it's rounded like a street tire, but yet you have these knobbies. So very excited to get some miles on this new tire. I cleaned her up along the way. We're getting her back together. She's got her fender back on. It's been enjoyable getting to know the wheel, its ins and outs, and I'm sure I feel more comfortable riding at high speed because I've turned every one of these screws by the time we're done and Loctited everything, so I'm excited about trying her out. All right, well, it's all downhill from here. I think the hard part is behind us, but I'm not gonna lie, man. It's taken me some time because I'm being careful, I'm going slow, and I'm trying to put everything back together appropriately. And I'm also trying not to create more work for myself by cross-threading and putting things back together with the wrong bolt. So there are 3 lengths of bolts. They all have the same head. They require a 4mm, but 3 lengths. Overall, mostly there's the long length, but there's also some short ones, and I've also identified medium ones. So if you don't remember what goes everywhere and you didn't document it, then your work's cut out for you. And I laughed because I didn't document it. I mean, yeah, I'm recording, but I'm not going into detail as to the size of every screw that I removed. So by far, there's more long ones. These are long ones, all long ones. So there's some short ones and medium ones too. So you have to figure that out. And if you don't care, well, then go for it, man. I hope it works out. But I do care. So I'm going to take the time and make my best educated guess as to what goes where. And I'm pretty good at it. But sometimes I have to take things apart and put it back together a different way. Because I care, you could just put it back together and write it like that, but I want it right. And that's the whole point of doing something yourself, right? What's that saying? If you want something done right, then do it yourself. Well, if you're going to go ahead and do it, take the time to do it. You might as well do it good, do it right. I mean, nobody else is. Well, shouldn't say nobody else is. Somebody out there probably does some good work, but finding them is just damn hard. Most people, unless it's theirs or somebody they really care about, then they may not take the time to do it right. So you see me using mechanical tools, but I just can't gauge how tight something is without, putting a manual wrench on it. So I do that. And again, I'm making every effort to torque it good, but not over torque it. You could strip out anything on this thing. And I've stripped a couple of screws or holes. The screw remains intact, but the hole, the aluminum, the threads get jacked up. So I have this kit that I wanted to show you. I got it on Amazon, and I figured out what size of thread I needed, and I bought this kit so I can anything that any of these 1,000 screws that I strip out the hole they go in, I can make the repair with this kit. It's a M5, and the thread is 0.8. So pretty cool. Comes, you've heard of helicoil? Well, this is the same thing, but it's a Amazon generic version, and it works. think I paid, 12 bucks for that or something, but it's worth it because it'll save you. All right, well, that's it for the footage on the repair. The new tire is on and I love it. I'm sorry I don't go into more detail about the build. I tell you what, it's a job to put this back together the way I have, and it's good. I just tested it outside. I didn't give it the full blast, but I didn't have all of my gear on yet. But I tested it, up to about 15, 20 miles an hour, and it is smooth, and I like it, and everything feels tight, and I'm really happy with how it has turned out. I'm about to gear up and go do some serious testing on this thing. So my camera just let me down at that time, and I went ahead and completed the job without recording it. So, like I said before, if you want a really good detailed breakdown as to step by step how to do this job, 2 cells, 1 pack. I mentioned them early in the video, so check them out. They did a quality job documenting the task of taking this thing apart so that you can change the tire and tube. In any case, I'm gonna go do a little riding.